Hello people, this is Eric Cobra and this is Let's Play The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blind. Last time we took one of the Wild Hunt's generals and smacked his ugly face in. Well, I mean it was at least ugly after we chop-rolled it.
After the Battle of Kaer Morhen, the defenders licked their wounds and mourned their losses, save Ciri, who began to plan her revenge. She woke Geralt one night and urged him to travel with her to Velen, to the top of Bald Mountain, where she knew she'd find Imlerith. She had decided he had to die. Her plan proved sound. On Bald Mountain, Geralt and Ciri killed Imlerith and two of the crones. Spurred by their success, they resolved to challenge Eredin.
So not only did the Wild Hunt sustain extraordinary losses at the Battle of Kaer Morhen, after this they now also lost one of their top generals and some pretty potent allies. It's a good day to be us. Let's go.
So, off to Novigrad then?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get going.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's what I just said. What do the villagers feel about the whole... Oh, we might have to deal with that now.
The oak is dead.
The oak, the crones. I fear that was your last feast.
What of our acorns?
I've got one. Take it.
But one? What'll we do now?
This is no longer no man's land. It's no longer the lady's land. It's all yours.
But what are we to do?
Come, Geralt. It's time.
Manage. On your own.
As people have done since time immemorial. I'm sure you'll manage. No one else has. I feared that would be worse, but I guess they took it kinda well. I also felt like it was fair giving them, the acorn. I don't think they can make a new tree with it, but maybe it'll help them transition from being dependent on the damn things.
Then non-humans. Thought it was mages the hunters and the temple guard were after.
Mages left. Hunters needed a new quarry.
Also, they apparently need to be reminded what happens when they pull shit like this. Last time I thinned their ranks quite.
Hatred and prejudice will never be eradicated. And witch hunts will never be about witches. To have a scapegoat, that's the key. Humans always fear the alien. The odd. Once the mages had left Novigrad, folk turned their anger against the other races, and as they have for ages, branded their neighbors their greatest foes.
And it was the non-humans, they blame somebody of the wrong skin color. Yes, we know.
Dundee Lion! Ready some tankards! With guests!
Geralt! Ciri! When I learned Geralt had found you...
Glad to see you in one piece too, Dandelion.
Where have you two been?
Just finished hunting down the crones of Velen and a general of the Wild Hunt.
Well, you've had a busy morning then, haven't you?
In fact, you look terrible. Like you could really use some rest.
Gladly take some. Point me to a room.
Of course. Come on, little swallow. I'll take you.
It's nice to be among friends.
Let's meet later, Geralt. I've a little matter to resolve. I'll freshen up, then await you in the square in Gildorf.
Right.
So, what happened?
Anything happened while we were away?
Pretty Polly came down with a fever. Matt Oyster caught a knife between the ribs, and they're late delivering the sodden triple meat.
Dandelion. Lodge of Sorceresses. Triss and Yan were supposed to gather the remnants.
They're working on it. Triss is upstairs, waiting for you. Yennefer's gone to Crippled Kate's.
Yen? At that portside dive? Why?
Didn't inform me. Imagine that. And that elf of yours moved into the Ruby Suite. Told me to tell you he's waiting too.
Gave him your best room?
He didn't exactly ask. I prepared another room for him, but he blew past me and locked himself in the Ruby. Hasn't peeked out since. Barely eats, drinks only water, and the only thing I've heard from him is, I wish to know when Gwynblade and Zariel arrive.
Maybe we should give him a handkerchief for that cold he's apparently got.
Looks like I'll have my hands full.
Ciri's spirit was high after killing Imlerith, but Geralt knew that this had been but an avatar before the full course of battle still to come. As part of operations, Geralt and Ciri rode to Novigrad, where Triss and Yennefer were trying to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avlok was waiting as well, and had his own to his house to get victory in of Ella's fair during the confrontation with Ered. I mean, I guess I might as well talk with everyone. Upstairs, there we go.
Much for the night.
You're mistaken. I'm a dancer, not a
What, my peach? My hair has always been.
They have, but things have changed.
Not here. Ah. Hey.
Greetings, Triss.
Have you lost your mind? You went after Imlerith by yourselves? To the Sabbath?
Yeah, but one
How could you put Ciri in danger?
Ciri had to do it. I couldn't let her go alone. You'd have done the same in my boots. Besides, I was there the whole time. Had the situation under control. Mind if we change the subject?
Or at least stop glaring a hole in me. So anyway, what's up with the all new disgraces along the way? You know, the
Past burning pyres on the way into town. Non-humans on them.
Things grow worse by the day. No mages left in the city, so the hunters had to find someone else to victimize.
yes,
We
disgraceful
need
is
to
what I
resolve
said.
everything as quickly as possible and leave Novigrad.
I'm gonna fix this town up, even if I have to kill everyone living in it.
Any success with the lodge? Anyone out there willing to help?
It doesn't look good. Ida outright refused, while Francesca won't budge from her little realm with a war raging. We don't know about Fringilla. Haven't been able to contact her.
And the others? Kira? Margarita? Philippa?
Kira? I thought you, of all people, would know.
Few can refuse a sorceress. And Kira Metz certainly had her ways. But when she demanded the Mage Alexander's notes, I had to turn her down. Kira needed that, as she needed the impetus to start anew. She found it where she least expected to. Years later, known for discovering the cure for the Catriona plague, she was thankful none remembered her time in hiding as a village witch. I've seen worse matches. Hope things work out for
That's
them.
nice.
I hope they work out for us, and we actually find Philippa and Rita.
You know what? Good on them. So, what about them?
Know where they are?
Yennefer's looking into Rita's whereabouts. I have to figure out where Philippa is.
Well, okay, did Yen find anything out about Rita?
Know what Jens found out?
You'll need to ask her. I've been busy trying to find Philippa.
That's fair. So what did you find out, if anything?
So, learn anything?
A few things that could be interesting. Prefer the long version or the short?
Look, I might just wanna need to know everything here, so just lay it on me.
Tell me everything. I want the details.
After fleeing Loch Muin, Philippa ended up here in Novigrad. She sought help from her former lover, The sorcerer, Arthur de Vlister.
Philippa and a former lover? Something tells me happily ever after is not how that story ends.
Philippa had made a fool of him once. Arthur was out for revenge. He convinced her she'd be safest as an owl. She transformed, and he placed a Dimeridian band on her leg. The mage hunt started shortly afterwards. Sadly, Arthur fell victim. They auctioned off his estate.
Just so happened a certain dwarven acquaintance of ours stumbled on the auction.
Zoltan. Huh. So Philippa was here under our noses the whole time?
That's kind of funny.
Was, precisely. Zoltan lost her in a card game a few days ago.
But of course.
Yep, that's Zoltan for you.
A man showed up here, fleeced Zoltan bare, then proposed they play for the owl. Naturally, he won, then politely thanked Zoltan for the game and left.
Who was it? Know where he lives?
He's not from here. No one knows him.
Great. We got any leads?
We have this.
That Philippa the Owl's feather? Thinking divination?
Specifically hydromancy and a form of sortilege. We need a fountain where we won't be disturbed.
Right. Later.
Need to take care of something first. Meet you somewhere later?
Fine. The fountain outside the Passiflora. And hurry, please.
Look, I'm just trying to gather the quest right now. I haven't decided which ones I'll do.
How much for the help?
You're mistaken. I'm a dog.
Sorry. So, you're making a pest of yourself.
Need a hanky? Gotta admit, never expected this of you.
You humans have unusual tastes. How did you fare on Bald Mountain?
Need to ask? You're a sage.
I ask as a courtesy. A concept you clearly forgot when you left without uttering a word.
Ciri was in a hurry.
I know, so she wrote in her letter. But that is not my concern. You eliminated Imlerith adeptly. So adeptly, you might say you inspired me.
Okay, what are you thinking?
Meaning?
The loss of one of his great generals has weakened Eredin significantly. 2 others remain.
2?
How do we get rid of them?
Caranthir is a loyalist, but Gels, that is another story. He was a devoted follower of our former king. And as it happens, Eredin poisoned our beloved ruler.
And you think we could turn him?
Regicide. Serious stuff. Take it not many know about this.
Of the living, only I. And Eredin, of course.
Question is, can you get Gels to believe you?
Nothing you need worry about.
What do you intend to do then?
Fine. So what do you propose?
Why, to bring Gels here. Show him the truth of what happened.
Fabulous plan, if we only knew where to find him.
We do. In the land of the NL.
And that is...
Land of the NL?
You don't recall. After all, you did travel with Eredin for some time. The land of the Alder folk. The world where we arrived centuries ago. A world that is now our home. The Red Riders come from there. And it is there where we will find Gels.
And how do you get
I think
there?
you're forgetting something. You and Ciri might know how to travel between worlds, but me? Not so much.
You clearly know there are many other worlds apart from the one where we now stand. They are linked by passages, hidden gateways that afford travel from one world to another. Of course, few know of these gateways, even fewer can locate them.
Elven sages, for example?
For example. One such passage will open soon near where we are, fortuitously enough. Between this noble edifice and the butcher's yard. That's our chance. Shall we go?
I'll meet you there.
Meet you there. Gotta see to something along the way.
Hurry. I'd rather not loiter in the street any longer than necessary.
No, I know. You're all so fucking busy.